Artificial intelligence might feel really new, but we've been down this road before.
I built bots before they were cool. From Silicon Valley to Mars.
Hey, if you have any comments or question to my examples, comment below, or better yet, give me a phone call. My phone number is pinned in the comments. So every disruptive technology, and artificial intelligence is definitely one of those disruptive technologies, tends to follow a pattern. So by looking at other disruptive technologies and the patterns that they've followed, perhaps we can get a little insight on what this whole artificial intelligence train ride is going to be like. There are a number of disruptive technologies I could have chosen for this. Definitely the printing press, certainly the internet, but the one that I chose is photography. Let me set the scene. If you have portraits of family members from the mid-19th century, chances are those portraits are paintings. And odds are your family was pretty wealthy because it was expensive to get a portrait made. Painters were held in special regard because they were talented, they were highly trained, they were highly compensated, and they were somewhat rare. So imagine how their world fell apart when the camera was invented. Now suddenly anybody without any talent or any training could produce a product that would rival that of a professional artist. It was devastating for artists and painters of the time. So there are two things that generally happen when a disruptive technology is launched. One of them is that the value of what the technology produces is reduced. So in this case, the value of photorealistic art was reduced to almost nothing. So how did artists adapt to this? Well, some artists became photographers, but the ones that survived did what the camera couldn't do. Other artists moved the focus from the photorealistic subject to the process, to brush strokes, the medium, the texture of the paint. And from that, we got pretty much what we consider art today. Impressionism, surrealism, Dadaism, Cubism, forms of non-representational art. Basically, any art that you would consider art today happened after the invention of the camera. You think I'm wrong? Try this little test. Try to name as many artists as you can that existed before the Industrial Revolution who are not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what I thought. Did you get Titian? Now, try to name as many artists as you can who became known after the invention of the camera. Exactly. It's all the people you associate with the art world today. The camera was the first time a mechanical device could produce something that resembled art. It changed the way we view artists because before the camera, artists were considered to be craftsmen, much like stonemasons or carpenters. After the camera, and because of the new forms of art, artists became interpreters of the world around us, which was a big difference. I said there were two things that characterize disruptive technologies. The second one is that the gatekeepers lose control. So remember, it was expensive to commission a piece of art. So in order to commission a piece, you had to have a lot of money. So the effect of this was only wealthy people got to decide what images were recorded for history. These gatekeepers lost control with the camera because the camera gave birth to photojournalism. And through photojournalism, we got to see the horrors of war. We got to see child labor issues. We got to see Emmett Till's open casket. None of these are scenes that a wealthy person would have paid for us to see. So what's the hope with artificial intelligence? If artificial intelligence follows the same patterns as other disruptive technologies, we should see new products created, not necessarily destroyed. And we should see gatekeepers losing control. We're already seeing some of both of those already. Hey, if you have any comments or question to my examples, comment below. Or better yet, give me a phone call. My phone number is pinned in the comments.